What's up, nerds? Plugged In is back and better than ever. I'm your host, Cooper, and these are your guests, Max and Jamie. Today we're going to be discussing the Sony State of Play, the new Amy Rose VA, and Dave Filoni taking over Star Wars. Let's roll that intro. Okay, starting off, Sony just dropped the Sony State of Play, which included a lot of new reveals, like new God of War, new Metal Gear stuff, and there's a lot of stuff. What are your guys' thoughts on it?
I'm excited for the new God of War games. I'm really hoping that it ends up being something. I mean, I really liked what they did with kind of putting Kratos into a new mythology. I don't know if that's what they're going for.
They're remaking the old games.
Oh wait, it's oh yeah, that's right. It's a remaster, isn't it? That's gonna be so cool. I'm really hoping they do the Halo 2 style remake where they put in a bunch of new cutscenes and stuff.
That would look so good.
Make it look super cinematic and everything.
Yeah.
I mean,
they also dropped a God of War spinoff the day of the direct, Sons of Sparta or something like that.
Sons of Sparta. Is that going to be a remaster too?
No, it's just its own thing.
It's some kind of 2D Prince of Persia type game or something.
It's
God.
I don't know. It looks fine. It'll get me to turn on my PS5. I'm just glad Sony is finally remaking some games that actually deserve it and not remaking The Last of Us for the 10th time.
I'm sick of The Last of Us.
There's 4. I think there's 3 Last of Us remasters on PS5 alone. There was Part 1. And then Last of Us 2 remastered, and then they did a big collection with some more enhancements or whatever.
Biblical levels of greed.
I mean, honestly, with franchises like this, you can't really blame them for trying to pump out as many games as they want. But here's my thing: if you're gonna make a franchise with a bunch of games for cash grab's sake, at least make it good. At least with the God of War franchise, I feel like the nice thing they did is that they kind of made they developed Kratos' story a lot more as almost a redemption arc, and I feel that if you're going to put out more games and more I guess you could say reboots for lack of a better word, that's what you need to do. You can't just pump. I don't know, I feel a lot of franchises run into the problem where they're trying to come out with new stories and new games every single year, and it just ends up being the same game. Call of Duty is a good example of that. It's the same game reskinned over the past 10 releases, and that's why nobody wants to play Call of Duty anymore, because they're why would I play this new garbage game when I can just go back and play Black Ops 2 or something?
And also, another game they announced was the Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 2, which is notable because it's the first time Metal Gear Solid 4 is leaving the PS3.
Oh, wait, you're telling me they've never had a game since?
Because, Metal Gear Solid, their last game was, back in, when Metal Gear Solid 5 released, but the last chronological game before Revengeance was Metal Gear Solid 4, but that was stuck on the PS3 because the PS3 is the PS3. So now it's finally on a system that isn't the PS3.
It took them a while.
Yeah, believe me, it makes just as much sense as I said it. And they also announced a John Wick game.
A John Wick game?
Yeah.
That's gonna be sick. I'm not gonna lie, dude. I love the John Wick movie. So if I'm able to
they
play
should give
as
him
John
a Shadow
Wick,
the Hedgehog skin.
a Shadow.
That would be perfect. Shadow the Hedgehog DLC.
Dude, I mean, they did have a movie tie-in DLC for Generations, I think.
I mean,
those two are now mentally joined at the hip for me.
No, I mean, honestly, low-key, I could see someone, making a mod or something like that, in the John Wick game, but it's just Shadow the Hedgehog. No, you gotta have, a really good mod that's, looks exactly one for one like the old Shadow game. And then you gotta have the other one that's just, Keanu Reeves with, a really, crappy, Shadow the Hedgehog, beanie on or something like that.
No, it's like
that Dylan would wear.
Do you think we're gonna get him to say, "Where's that dang fourth Chaos Emerald"?
Probably not, honestly.
But Sonic Superstars had a costume for DLC where Sonic classic Shadow isn't technically canon. To get around that, they put him in a little Shadow onesie, and I just want to see John Wick in a Shadow onesie.
That would honestly go hard. Speaking of Sonic the Hedgehog, we have a bit new news in terms of the Blue Blur's fourth movie. Take it away, Jamie.
Yes, literally like 2 hours before the shoot, they just randomly shadow dropped on a website that Kristen Bell is going to be the new voice of Amy Rose in the Sonic the Hedgehog cinematic universe.
I have no idea who that is.
She played like Anne in Frozen, or is it Anna or Anne?
Anna. That was her most prominent role.
What other roles has she been in?
She looks like she was Priscilla in Zootopia, the female sloth.
Wow.
And also she was Lucy Stillman in one of the Assassin's Creed games.
Wow.
That's not a big voice acting portfolio.
Honestly, I'm surprised they did something like that, because like look at what they did with like Knuckles and Shadow. Those two were pretty well, because Idris Elba and Keanu Reeves are pretty well known and big deals in the industry. So like either they're probably saving something for Metal, which I hope they're not, or they're probably putting the budget into like something else.
Please no, we can't have Metal speaking
Unless he's Neo Metal.
I mean, fair, but do you really think they're gonna put Neo Metal in this? Because they're also like already talking about maybe bringing Robotnik back again.
Robotnik again?
Yeah.
Even though he was supposed to die.
I mean,
They
like,
should just let Stone be the main villain
I
of
was
these
like,
movies.
I mean, Stone would be a pretty good option for the next. The fact that they're even still coming out with more Sonic movies just surprises me, honestly. Because I mean, like, granted, it was a really good trilogy, but it's like I just hope it doesn't have the same problem as like.
Remember when
It was a really good 2 movies. It was a really good 3rd movie, and then the first 2 were like, I don't know. The first one was just a generic like cartoon character road trip movie, and then the first one was like super slow. I think the 3rd one was the only one that was good, and now we're starting to see them
Sonic 2
peel.
was actually pretty decent, I think.
It was fine. It was a little slow. It had a little too many humans. I know I know I'm starting to sound like the average Sonic fan right now. Too many humans.
Believe me, as a Transformers fan, I get you.
But I don't see I see them taking the franchise a lot more seriously now, especially with how they handled Sonic 3 in the lore, and how they had although they did kind of disrespect what's his name, the villain
Gerald?
the Iblis Trigger, I think was I forget the name.
The Flames of Disaster!
Was in the Knuckles show in just like one shot for some reason, which kind of makes me nervous about, a potentially Sonic 06 game, or Sonic 06 based movie, because I thought that was where they were going to go next.
Honestly, I have no idea if they'll even try to adapt Sonic 06, or even if they should, because like, I like Silver, but like, Sonic 06 is...
But Silver deserves a chance. He was put in the worst game possible to debut in.
Sonic 06's plot would work good as a movie? Like,
I think if they tweaked it around, because the plot was honestly not that bad. I feel like it was the gameplay more than anything. So I feel like if we're making a movie about time travel, we could obviously see Silver in a post-credit scene of some kind.
I mean, isn't Silver Loki just like future Trunks but in Sonic?
He is. It's no use. Anyway, I don't have a transition for this, but from another S to another one, Star Wars.
You tried.
Thank you. Anyway, so not only is there a new movie coming out, but the new guy's in charge, David Filoni.
Yeah, I'm excited. Well, I'm cautiously optimistic, as Obi-Wan would put it, because Dave Filoni, he has created some bangers over the years, like Star Wars Rebels and Clone Wars.
I grew up with Clone Wars.
Yeah, exactly. Clone Wars specifically. And the Siege of Mandalore arc is kind of like the final sort of storyline that kind of tied back into Revenge of the Sith and Order 66. I thought was amazing. And obviously he helped create The Mandalorian as well.
But it kind of...
Okay, so here's the thing. Dave Filoni is like hit or miss with a lot of things, which is why, hence why I said previously, I'm cautiously optimistic, because it can either be really well in this new era of Star Wars, really garbage, or it can be bit of both. Honestly, I
We've
think it's
seen
going to be a
that
bit
the
of both.
entirety of every project he's been working on.
Well, I mean, he also aided in creating Andor, and Andor was peak. So I don't know.
But he also like created like Ahsoka, which I don't think was bad, but I just feel like
It
it's
fell
just
flat. Like it was probably
Yeah.
like textbook definition of like mid.
It
Honestly,
didn't even focus on Ahsoka too much. Like it had like a bit too much like everyone else. Like just call it live action Rebels at that point.
I mean, here's the thing. I feel like Dave Filoni has a lot of potential. I mean, like he's stepping into a much bigger. He's already kind of slowly working his way up to that point, and he is kind of like the prodigy of George Lucas a bit. But I don't know. I feel, especially with the new Mandalorian and Grogu movie that's coming out, and kind of seeing all the characters they're including, like Zeb and Endo. Embo, my bad. And like, I don't know. I'm excited for it, but
Do you
also
think
at the
they'll
same
put
time,
Gungi in this movie?
who is Gungi?
You remember the Wookiee Jedi from the Clone Wars? Who he appeared in the Bad Batch as well.
You think of all characters, that's going to be the one that gets put in the motion picture movie.
I mean, they're putting Rhoda the Hutt in this movie.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. Isn't he like jacked now?
Yeah, I mean, it's been like 20 years since the Clone Wars movie when he was just a little thing. So like, of course he's grown up to gotten jacked.
I wonder if there's like an equivalent of like Hut steroids or something like that, because he definitely is on cycle, Loki.
I mean, the Hutts
He is
just
not
like are
mad, he
genuinely like in the lore, they're just like genuinely pretty strong and all that. Like,
I
that's
mean,
why
yeah,
they-
but like, bro is like looks like the Hut equivalent of like a Ronnie Coleman. Like, you're telling me like that's natural? Like, but kind of getting back on topic more so, I'm excited to see what Dave Filoni does with it, but I'm also like hoping that the amount of times that he does end up creating a miss, that the hits end up outweighing the misses, because I would be really sad if everything he kind of started to put out was really bad, and then by the time he put out something that was really good, would just kind of get overshadowed by all his other work. But like Obi-Wan said, I'm cautiously optimistic.
I think that's a good statement to go on. And speaking of things we should be cautiously optimistic about, gaming. So, like, there's a few games coming out this year. Only a few, but
Well, I think it's more than a few.
That's like,
Yeah, but how
good stuff
many-
in the pipeline. Just
Yeah.
not in the next couple months, I don't think.
yeah.
I mean, like, what are some of the games that we have on the, I guess you could say, the agenda today?
Well, we have one of my personal favorites, Guilty Gear Strive 2.0, or just an update for Guilty Gear Strive. It's a bit vague, but still.
I'm excited to see what they do with it, because I've been getting a lot more into Guilty Gear, and I'm excited to find new characters and new ways for you to go down in. So
Oh, you think you're the one that's going to be taking me down?
yes, that's because I mean you're kind of like you're rusting in Guilty Gear, man. Like honestly,
You did not. I'm going to kick your butt with Robo-Kai.
but I think I'm actually gonna kick your butt with Robo-Kai.
No, you don't even know how to do a special move.
Yes, I do. I
You
learned
learned
how to
it
do
like after
special
a
moves.
year of playing.
Okay, listen, I was like on and off with it, low-key, but like I was getting better, you know? Like I was like in the off-season grinding, you know, like finally.
The potential man of fighting games right here.
Okay, I am not potential, man. My potential is being, it's like
Remember
Ninjago,
at the
I'm reaching my full
plugged in,
potential,
remember at the
you know?
plugged in Smash tournament?
Flashback.
I might actually be. Are you serious? I didn't even need to be Max Slayer. I just need to be Max Witness of Slaying. Come on! Come on! Game, set, and match.
End of flashback.
Okay, well.
That was some potential,
Okay.
man.
Okay, listen. I hadn't touched Smash Bros in like almost a year at that point.
I hadn't even touched it in like
listen,
over 2 years.
Listen, I'm
and
better
look what
at
I
Guilty
did.
Gear than I am at Smash Bros, alright?
You want to prove that to the crowd?
Well, yeah, I will.
Plugged in Guilty Gear tournament? Or just match between you and me?
Sure. We can do something about that. You're gonna go down.
There's Pokemon Pocopia.
Yes, that's a game that's coming out. So Nintendo and Game Freak decided as one of the major Switch 2 releases next month. It's a Switch 2 exclusive. It's sort of like a farming simulator, but Pokemon. So like you play as like a Ditto who takes the form of a human and does like farming tasks and stuff. So from what I'm getting from this, it's basically like Pokemon Stardew Valley.
Do you get to grow like grass type plants? Like,
Do you get
like, dude, like,
can you grow?
like, wait, do you
Can
like
you grow Pokemon?
Wait a minute, hold up. Does this
If you
mean,
can actually grow Pokemon, that might
does
be.
like Bellsprout, like, cause like I know Pokemon can hatch from eggs, but like if it's like just like a leaf type, like who's like it's like a leaf or something like a spinach or coleslaw or something.
Coleslaw?
You don't like you don't get coleslaw by having two coleslaws get close together and then laying an egg, which is this is how Pokemon work. They lay eggs which hatch into coleslaw.
Plants lay eggs?
Pokemon.
How do
Okay,
plants
so more important question: if I can like raise my own Pokemon on this farm, hypothetically, can I create like a Pokemon army or something and take over the Kanto region? Like, think about it. I can have like a legion of like Charizards or something like that. I'll never have to pay taxes again. Dude, it would be awesome.
What are the debt collectors like in the Pokemon
I have
universe?
no idea. This is about the farming side of Pokemon, not the IRS tax side of Pokemon.
I mean, if you don't pay your taxes, then they could be involved.
But, okay, well, like, do you have like anything?
Aren't like most of the Pokemon protagonists like minors? Like,
They
how
don't
are they
have to-
getting audited?
Well, like a Pokemon game where you're an adult, or you're just running like an adult crime ring, like just
Crime ring.
As opposed to a child crime ring?
It's still
Totally
a crime
different.
ring no matter what age you are, dude.
Well, it's gonna be funnier if it's adults because then they're gonna be forced
So-
to pay taxes by
Alright,
the
like
Marowak.
hypothetically speaking, if you're like this Ditto and you're on a farm and you're trying to do tax evasion or whatever, like how it doesn't matter what age, you're still gonna get charged with the same crime, you know, like the IRS.
You're also a Ditto, so like I don't know how they're gonna charge like a Pokemon because it's like kind of like a wild animal.
I mean, they're still sentient to a degree, so like.
Yeah, but
to
like,
a degree, but at the same, how do Pokemon get tried in the criminal justice system?
is there like a special Pokemon prison, or do they just have to put them down?
Is it like how we have like child
they
prisons and stuff? Is there Pokemon prisons?
They're like
Are
a
they gonna, like,
Pokemon
take 'em
circuit
out back?
court or something.
Probably the best game of our time, Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight, coming in May 2026 on my birthday.
Kaya's favorite movie. But yeah, no, I'm excited for this. I played Lego Batman on DS when I was a kid, and I loved it so much. So I'm excited to see. I wonder, is it going to be like based off like the Christopher Nolan movies?
It's based off like a bunch of different ones from what I've seen, like the Nolan movies, the Matt Reeves movies, even a bit of like the 90s one. I even see a bit of Arkham in there, like Officer Frank Bowles.
Oh,
What? His name is Frank Bowles.
Bowles or
Bowles.
okay, Bowles. All right. So yeah, no, I'm excited for the movie. I'm excited for the movie. The movie, what? I'm excited
video
for the
game.
game. You know, I've been looking forward to seeing if they were ever going to come out with more Lego games, and it feels like we've had kind of like a drought of Lego games for like a hot minute now. So
I think the last one was like either Lego Skywalker Saga or Fortnite.
I forgot about the Fortnite.
We don't need
Lego.
Lego games anymore. We have Fortnite.
I don't.
That can just replace every game.
No, I still want my Lego Batman game. Fortnite can't take that away from me. Like,
You underestimate Fortnite's
I know
power.
they've taken
Can you
so
be
much
a
from me.
Chapel Roan is in Fortnite now. You cannot escape the virus.
Okay, I know that everybody's in Fortnite. Kratos is in Fortnite, Goku's in Fortnite,
They
but
put
like,
the K-pop Demon Hunters in Fortnite.
but like,
Oh yeah, that was a thing.
They had a whole seasons dedicated to South Park and The Simpsons.
okay, that was kind of peak though. I'm not gonna lie though. But outside of that, Lego game, I don't know. I feel like it's just something about Lego games specifically that can't be replaced, especially Lego Batman. Like that is like a household name right there.
That's like the Lego series.
Aside from Star Wars.
Aside from Star Wars, which
Like the Lego, the
also
whole
take
thing
time.
about Lego games that makes them appealing is that you just get a franchise you like, you hop in with a buddy and you just play in and just joke around.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what we did. Remember when we spent like 4 hours straight playing Lego Marvel superheroes together?
Oh yeah, I did forget that. And like we ended up committing various crimes in the game or whatever. I know you were at least. But yeah, no, I'm excited for it. I'm hoping that it lives up to the hype, has that classic Lego charm, but who knows? Maybe it'll just end up just being a rehash, which honestly, hot take, I would be completely fine with it being the same as it was.
It seems to be taking cues from the Arkham series, to be honest.
That
with
would
its
even be
gameplay.
even more sick.
We got, I mean, this is probably the only thing close to a new Arkham game we'll get after, like,
Yeah.
Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's all the time we have for today. I'm your host, Cooper, and this was Jamie and Max. Tune in next week for another riveting discussion in the world of pop culture. Have a great night, Millersville.